How's everyone been? So, as you are seeing this in the description of this video, I'm no longer covering for these absolute malignant, disordered individuals. And I will drop both names of companies and location, the city name, so on and so forth in this video. Excuse me if I might still be doing a couple of things here because literally over the last 3-4 days, I've gone out of my way so that I only go out of the house a couple of times for food shopping. And this is literally testimony of the abuse that I've experienced. And again, it's not the fact that it is debilitating me or that is affecting my life more than 50% or that I'm staying indoors because of fear, so on and so forth. But it's more from trying to go over the, how should I put it, the sickness line and going further, into healthiness, like healthy behavior. So to correct both my behavior and their behavior, right? Like just as if you were in a relationship with a mind control cult, or if you had a relationship with a bad, for my case, with a bad female, because if it's a woman, she don't do that. How you go no contact, or try to obviously when you can't go no contact because they're basically gang stalkers. I'm going to get into all of it, right? Because you got lawful surveillance, you got supervision orders, you got all manner of things that are both lawful and legal, right? Like even if you don't agree with it, there is ways in society, in normal healthy society, where you can do those things in such a way so that is according to law. Not that you try to say that you make do how you wish behind the scenes and just call it legal, and then expect people that know law, so on and so forth, to be like, oh yeah, no, it's all legit. So first of all, I'm going to give some background into something that makes me somewhat qualified, I reckon, in terms of someone, in terms of like a natural old school way, as it be, without technology. Like how agents would have been trained way back in the days to pick up things from like a observational and psychological point of view. I reckon after 10 years of this sort of treatment, because it all started around, I'm sure that they've been doing, mild, how should I put it, looking into my life and things like this before 2012, 2013. But since 2012, 2013, not only that they've been surveilling my devices and everything, any other means that they can, because obviously you don't need devices to track someone these days. They are literally filming. There is a myriad, there is dozens of devices that are external that you don't have to have on you, that they can track everyone, like satellite. You got helicopters that you can see, especially at nighttime. You can literally see there's like 2-3 helicopters that are always flying above Christchurch here in New Zealand every night. And when they get some narcissistic injury, because they're also listening in and stuff, right? They're all like, shh, da, la, 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 right? And when they don't like that you are being normal as it be. So when you're not being codependent to their absolute tyrannical ways, then they literally fly in. They fly down right above you, to try to scare you, to try to this and that. And obviously, if you're a codependent, I prefer to turn slightly psychopathic, aka a bit angry, but with limits, within norm, right? Within norm, not going and harming myself or others or anything like that. But start exposing this, start talking about it, because it's making everyone sick. That's the bottom line. There's the absolute bottom line. It's not helping anyone. And they are spending resources. They're burning, they're whinging about green and this and that, and taking people's cars and forcing people to use electric vehicles and all this shit, while they're burning tons of fuel every day to run surveillance. The only thing that it does is to turn themselves more narcissistic and psychopathic, and myself forced into codependency, and many others forced into codependency, or forced to act out a little bit psychopathic like this, goal oriented, to lay down the facts. So after 10 years of observing this, at the beginning feeling fully terrorized, so on and so forth, now it's a bit of a joke, right? Like if I was to not want to get better, I could just live with it. It's literally like having, you could look at it like just having a real life entertainment, and because they look at it that way as well, but it is very ill behavior. It is very ill behavior. It is. I've noticed some good Kiwis, some good New Zealanders, they call it's apartheid. There's a lot of ways to look at this. I look at it more from like a psychological point of view, because I genuinely want to get myself better. And they are constantly, it's as if, put it this way, if you're a sports person or something, and you know how to get over injuries, and whenever you go to get over your injury, someone comes and just smacks you right on your injury again and again and again. It's exactly the same how they were showing on the news tonight, how they've got at the Christchurch Zoo here, because this is a reoccurring pattern of abuse in all life. And not just life, they do it to cars, they do it to everything, because if you're a malignant psychopath and so on and so forth, or and what makes it worse is who can hide the fact that they're a malignant psychopath the best. I can't do it. I'm a guy, so on and so forth. I'm very expressive, this and that. But if you're like a very sweet female, and then you get to give orders or to go and partake in all sorts of shit, that you use an excuse that you are nice and you're trying to help. So just like the monkeys, right, that they were literally wouldn't stop picking at their wounds, to the point that there was a monkey that literally, from like a wee little patch of a ripped fur, they picked at that patch so long that literally, like, they made a hole like that. They could stick their whole finger in that hole. Just wouldn't allow it to heal it. And this is how bad these people are in terms of psychology, and how proud I am that if I was a monkey like that, it's as if I'd have better genetics, and my injury would not get that deep. You can only do so much. That's exactly what it is. But that doesn't mean, and this is why, because I can put up with it more, is why I need to expose this stuff and talk about it, because I make the perfect toy for them, in this regard. Because I get better quick. And I don't go fully psychopathic. You can't turn me into a patsy to make me harm myself or others, to get me to hate that much, even though there would be way more than enough reason to do so. But I understand psychology, therefore it doesn't make any sense. I value my life I value even other people's lives, especially if they're willing to change and be better. And I'm sure that there has to be a component of compartmentalization. So basically, I don't even think that even over a period of a whole year, I don't think there has been, at least a few people involved that are the same people. I think that's the only way that they can pull this off. Yeah, there probably is a few the ones that are absolutely sick to the bone that I presume, there isn't much that you can do to those people to fix them. I think you know what I'm trying to say here. But yeah, other than those people that are probably, the godfather, string master, other than those, probably most other people don't really know what's been going on, especially over the last 10 years, over 10 years. To non-stop, 24/7, 365. Because, hey, I don't need to go about the digital way to be able to pick up on the behavior of people. And I was still old enough, and my mind still worked, and my memory is actually quite good in terms of remembering exactly how the world was before 2012. And how there wasn't any evidence of this absolutely sick behavior in terms of illegal surveillance, so on and so forth. The malignant narcissism, because that's what it is. Some people struggle to get over malignant narcissism by, people that they can literally walk away from. How good do you have to be at, surviving and recovering from abuse to be able to live with a constant, a group malignant narcissistic gang stalking, because that's what it is. If it's something that is legal, lawful, say like supervision, right? That can happen for like what, a year, couple of years, okay, 3 years or something. You get a piece of paper. If you're not happy or something, you can ring up. There is a case manager. There is what do you call it? Rewards for good behavior, so on and so forth. This is 100% criminal. And when I see the likes of St. John, being used, even the police, the community, young people in their 20s. There was a couple of couples, so a guy and a girl, that are caught out just then. So they would sit there parked up on the main road, wait for me to turn onto the main road. As soon as I turn onto the main road, they come out. And this is what I'm explaining here has happened in a matter of 15 minutes. It has happened 5 times. 5 times. And then everywhere, all the time. This is how it's been for 10 years. For 10 years. Like it's very easy from both a logistical I didn't finish, and then they went and done a loop and went again to see me again. Like they literally think I'm an animal at the zoo, and they're there to check me out. Literally. Some people would expect, to go to sue, to go to court, to get money. No. That's further codependency. I just want these people to F off, if you know what I mean. And some people that because I can genuinely see the behavior. I can genuinely see even the logistics if they're walking around, if they're driving their cars. There is a specific difference between people that are going about their day and then people that are pretending to go about their day while they're doing surveillance. And unfortunately for them, the people that did have these skills to maybe perform something like this and get away with it because they were professional, to pretend like, they're going about their day and no one to pick up on it. It's the same, and it requires the same thing. Like you literally, I'm not going to give it away anymore because I want these people to stop and I want them to get in trouble. I don't want to teach them how to do this to then come and continue to harm me. That's for sure. But I'll leave it at this. So there were people back in the day that could do this. But most of these people, they're either my age or younger. They can't really perform on that. And even the ones that are older, it seems a lot of the people that were with, very gifted and skilled and all of this have been crushed, have been absolutely annihilated. It's only people that have lack of creativity, lack of genuine skills and genuine, because with a lot of aids, with a lot of this and that, they can perform some jobs, they can get the job done as it be. That's one thing. And if they think that I'm gonna, partake and accept their little illegal, not little, absolutely massive, conspiratorial, unlawful program, whatever they want to call it, I won't. And as a matter of fact, I'll do the opposite. I will do the opposite. I don't care if speaking out, if flipping them off, if all of this allows them to further do this for the rest of my life. So be it. So be it. So be it. No joke. At the end of the day, they're the ones that are criminals for performing on this. It can't possibly be anything else than stalking at the end of the day and interference. Yeah, some form of terrorizing. Yeah, because it doesn't terrorize me that much, and I just feel abused. That's another story. But at the end of the day, if you were to do this to anyone else that isn't familiar with these things and doesn't know what I know, it terrorizes the hell out of you. I presume more than 50% of, if you were to do this to random people, more than 50% of them would go absolutely nuts. It's as if it's like a ultimate, no training, hit the ground running, CIA training or something like that. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that I can describe. But you don't. It's not like you choose. You don't get to choose. This is absolute bullshit. That's what it is. Illegal, unlawful, all of that. It's stalking. It can't possibly. But when you got supervision, when you got some orders from the court, from the Department of Corrections or what have you, okay, fair enough. But it's much easier. It's much easier. It's much more fair. Even if it's bad, even if it's bad, you can still ring someone up and talk to someone. You can still, not unchecked in involving the community, involving Woolworths, involving, Addington and Selwyn District. And this is absolute bullshit. The big question is, are the community and the locals that have been partaking in this and probably will still be partaking in this. One day, will they find it within themselves to forgive themselves that they've done this? Because I sure can if they stop freaking doing it. The most important thing that I want in my life is to progress in terms of no longer being codependent. When they do this, it's forcing me into codependency. And they're being malignant narcissistic. And the only way that I can progress is by further being, having some form of disorderly behavior, whether that is psychopathic to some degree, whether that is malignant narcissistic, I don't know, being quiet and going and trying to sue them, I don't know, recording them and then trying to sue them. It's all ill behavior. I absolutely do not want to partake in this forced ill behavior. Why are they so freaking sick? Why do they want to create conflict, constant conflicts? At this stage, every single micro injury, if I am to call it that, there is no way, even 1 cent, if they were to pay me, they wouldn't have the money. The only way out of this is for them to walk away and allow me just to live my life without being stalked when I'm going to grab my only essentials. They think I'm such an idiot that I can't see that they're going right out of their way to create like crosshairs to create interference. Whenever it comes to a road crossing, a pathway crossing, me going to get my essential food, things like this, they have to create interference. They have to go right out of their way to create interference. If I'm going quick, they'll go quick so that we constantly interfere. If I slow down a bit, they have to, if I'm after a specific product, they have to empty the shelf. And it's been like this since 2012. Since 2012. If I'm looking for friends, if I'm looking for a girlfriend, they have to choke it all out. If I already have some friends, if I already have some family, they have to do whatever the hell they do and absolutely ruin the relationships. And I'm not talking out of my bum. The evidence is I would have a specific interaction, a specific level of trust, say, with my friends or my family, then out of the blue, when I would just talk to them, straight away you can tell that someone else has been talking to them and they've been talking caca, and they've bought it, and that's where it's at. I'm going to end it there. All the best. And this is how the crazy making is being done around these ways. Absolute lunacy on their behalf.